Greetings, beloveds. We are being greeted by the birds as well. What I have come on to do right now is to share a healing for chronic pain, a healing for those who have been struggling with chronic pain, whether that is physical or emotional or mental, that seems to have been treatment resistant. So what I'm going to do is a fragment retrieval. This is fragments that have been broken off from your, or suppressed, or dissociated from, or lost through traumatic experience. These could be fragments of your consciousness, or fragments of your soul, or even fragments of your physicalness in whatever way that happens. Sometimes that happens in sexual union or in accidents or injuries. So just a little bit of a background on me. I have struggled with chronic pain and depression, and what they've diagnosed is trauma-induced trauma-induced ADHD. So difficulty focusing, so fragmented attention when it comes to, focusing on studying or the business world. So this is a practice that has really enormously helped me in areas where other things have not helped. So I'm going to share it with you, and I'm going to do a little bit of balancing then with golden frequency energy through the biogeometry pendulum, and whatever comes through me will come through me. Now, if any of you have worked with a healer before, you know that the healing is most effective when there is an exchange between yourself and the healer. Oftentimes that happens through payment. The person pays the healer gives the service, or bartering, or paying it forward. So I ask that if you get any benefit from this healing, that you pay it forward, that you can use the quantum prayer breathing meditation that we did earlier to send healing to the world, or you just do a good deed for someone else, or however you want to pay it forward. Or I do have a donation link which I just created because I am birthing a vision for a clinic. I'm taking a huge leap of faith. It's a huge risk because I recently purchased a mortgage. Somehow I did not put a lot on the principal, but so my payments are over $2,000 per month. And then soon after that, I was working full-time, which is why I got approved for the loan as a mental health clinician for high-risk youth. I suddenly became quite unwell, dizzy spells, fatigue, enormous migraines, headaches. Nobody could understand what was going on. I'm getting all kinds of testing. I've had to take time off work, and I've been using my savings to pay for my mortgage. So, but as I sat with it, because I am a mystic and I am a healer, and I walk a path where I choose that every event or situation or circumstance or difficulty is part of my path and part of my learning. And what I was told is that I'm not meant to go back to working for a hospital or a clinic or a wellness center anymore. I have to create my own clinic. And this is a clinic that is about the return to innocence. And it is for people who are struggling with trauma, resistant treatment depression, resistant treatment anxiety, to use play therapy, which is a type of therapy that I'm basing off of other therapies such as narrative therapy, somatic therapy, just different therapies that I can use to introduce some of the mystic and the shamanic practices that I know and the healing practices, and they can work together, and we can introduce them in a clinical setting for those who have not been able to get much support with other modalities. The sun is... Anyway, I may be a silhouette for part of this talk, but I'm just going to keep going. This was the most comfortable spot in the forest, and there seems to be... the sun is with us. The sun is with us. So, as some of you know, I've also started my psychedelic assisted treatment therapy certification. It's a 6-month program. And once I've completed that, then I can help facilitate psychedelic assisted treatment for those who are struggling with treatment-resistant depression, anxiety, and in the final days of their life for palliative care. So this clinic is going to be working with conscious expansion tools such as that, and other conscious expansion tools that are brought through clinical modalities that are congruent with them. So this is a big vision, and it's going to take a lot, and it's going to take a lot of finances. So, where I'm at right now, not working, not having an income, living off my savings, massive mortgage for this beautiful, you can see my home there, this beautiful off-grid property. I'll just try come closer. Okay. This beautiful off-grid property that I'm living in, which I absolutely adore. But as we got here, we found out that the water pipes carrying water to the water tanks, they're open and we had a little camera go down in a certain area, so soil and roots are coming in. So I'm bathing in like earthy water, which I was wondering if that was the cause of my sudden strange health symptoms, but I'm going to share with you now something that has helped. So yes, anyway, those I have to get fixed. There's all kinds of things. There's foundation issues. So once you take on the responsibility for a land or a property, there's always ongoing costs. And so despite all this, the vision, the calling is so strong that I'm going to keep working towards this clinic and not taking on work to receive an immediate income to deal with all of these things, because it's now or never. And this is a moment in my life where I can do this, and I would rather give it my all and fail or not try at all. So if you'd like to pay it forward to helping hold this vision for me, or working with me in the clinic, if you are a registered therapist or shamanic practitioner, I will be building a team once I get it off the ground, or donating to my link that I put at the bottom of the video. I would most appreciate any support with this clinic, which is about bringing people back to their innocent state, their integrated state, taking them from being fragmented and coming back into wholeness, from being shut down and bitter and back to innocence. So that is my vision. Okay, so now let's begin the healing, now that I've just shared a little bit of my background. For those of you who don't know me, I Oh yeah, and my name is Bianca Maya. Well, originally it was Maya, but my parents changed it when I was 3 years old, so whatever you want to call me is okay. So what we're going to do now is I want whoever's listening to this who's been struggling with chronic pain that hasn't had relief to just let me guide you through some steps, and then we're going to go into a short meditation where I'm going to work on it energetically together with you. Now, because I'm a healer and because I practice the mystic and healing arts that are considered, white arts, I do need your consent to do any energetic work on you. So if you could give me your consent, and you're welcome to watch the video through, see how you feel about it, and then watch it again, and then give your consent. It's just important for me to energetically affect you to have your consent. So the premise we're going to be doing today, the type of healing, is a fragment retrieval. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on one area of pain that you've been struggling with, and we're going to actually call back the fragment in that area that has been lost and disconnected from the universal intelligence of love, from the universal love, from the connection to the source and all that brings life force and vitality. This has worked incredibly well for me. I have chronic pain in different areas of my body, and migraines, and so I can attest to this working. But obviously, with any energetic work, you need to really surrender into it, give consent for it to work with you, because the beings that I work with are the Elohim Collective, and I also channel Melchizedek, the Elohim Collective, and through my higher self. So these are beings that are very high justice, and they have so much love for humanity, but they will not work with you unless you welcome them in and you ask them in, and you give consent. So let us begin. I've talked enough. So if you could just close your eyes. And just focus on your breath. And as you breathe in, I'd like you to feel as if your whole being is breathing chi and prana in to that area of your body that is in pain, or that area of your soul or your emotions or your mind that is in pain. And I'd like you to now consent to the Elohim Collective placing a cocoon of light around you as we do this work. And mosquitoes. So that any mosquitoes or parasites or any negative energies that may be in your premise cannot affect you during this, that you're protected, you're safe, a golden cocoon of light. And that this cocoon will be coded with the frequencies from the Elohim Collective to support the fragment recalling, the fragment retrieval that we are initiating. So now, those of you who cannot visualize, that's okay. We just want you to get a feeling sense of the cocoon of light around you. Just a felt sense. So those of you who are better at hearing energy, just a tone, or just a sound, or just a word that indicates that once you've given consent, the cocoon is around you. And as the cocoon now has completed its placement around you, I'd like you to see if some sort of idea or image or thought or felt sensation, just whatever, comes to you about what the soul fragment is that we're retrieving. What was it that was lost? When was it lost? How was it lost? Now, the Elohim Collective are saying that it doesn't matter if you get this information or not. They will still be doing this work. We will still be doing this work. But some of you may, some of you may not. And what we're going to do now, with your consent, if you could just say yes in your mind, is to allow myself as a channel to work with the Elohim Collective and Melchizedek and the intelligence of love to now call back this soul fragment, this consciousness fragment, this physical fragment, this energetic fragment that has been lost, that is not connected to the divine vitality of life, of life force that brings healing and growth and harmonization. And we're going to begin clearing the debris, the densities that have filled that space, that are blocking the place for the soul fragment to return to. So just breathe in and breathe out as you feel the energy coming in from myself and the Elohim Collective to clear that density and the debris. And I'm just going to channel some breath work to assist. Feel and watch as this dense energy dissolves and breaks away and opens up the pathway for the divine intelligence of love to reunite you to the web of life with the soul fragment that has been lost to you throughout time and space in this lifetime or others. And as we do this, let yourself shed the old programs, thoughts, feelings, realities that were linked to the density and to the missing fragment piece. Let it shed, crumble away like water, like sand, like fire, like air. And now, I'd like you to take a gentle, full breath, and at the peak of the breath, to hold a still point where you feel the divine intelligence of love and the beautiful energy that is being channeled to you through the vessel that is me from the Elohim Collective. To just fill your entire being with the light that is emanating now. emanating now from your reconnecting. Just take a moment to really feel what is happening with your breath and your being. And breathe the light and the love into your sacred heart, the sacred core of your being, reactivating the flow of the life force back into you and your reality. So all that is reflected from the inner space of being is resonant with the harmony and the peace of this healing. For now is a new beginning, and now is a new time, where the pain is now dissolving. And you feel what is divine. And in gratitude, we are now weaving through space and through time with the Elohim collective and the Masters divine. In this place we have come to, in this space and time, we now solidify this sweet healing of your body, spirit, and mind. It is done. It is done. It is done. Okay, beloveds, now gently come back into your bodies, into the present moment, or whatever timeline you've quantum jumped into. Welcome. And please, if you derived any benefit from this healing, please pay it forward. You can share the healing if you'd like to, or you can just do a virtuous thing for another being. Or you could support my play therapy Return to Innocence clinic. The birds would like that. Okay, much love. So beautiful to work with you. In Lakesh Alakin.